Okay, we're going to solve a system of linear equations with three unknowns by using a matrix and taking this matrix and putting it in row echelon form. That means 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0. The key to putting it into row echelon form is to know where to start and which one you do next. We always start with this one first. We do that one first. We do this one second, this one third, this one here fourth, this fifth, and this one sixth. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Now I'm not going to show you reduce row echelon form to make these zeros. If you were to do reduce row echelon form, after you do this one, then you would do this one. And after you would make this one into a 1, you would go ahead and make these into zeros. The key with doing row echelon form reducing for matrices is you go column by column and you make the 1s first. And after you make the 1s, then you make the zeros. So the first thing we're going to do with this equation is we're going to put it into an augmented matrix form. Okay, and that's by putting in all the coefficients. 3, negative 5, 1, need a line, negative 6, negative 2, 3, 6, 37, 4, negative 7, negative 4, and negative 35. Three, negative 5, 1, negative 6, negative 2, 3, 6, 37, 4, negative 7, negative 4, negative 35. Okay, now the next thing we need to do is we do this one first. Okay, we're going to do this one first, which means we're going to need to make this into a 1. There are a number of ways of doing it. If you have 1s in any of the other x spots in the first column, you can switch the whole row, and then you got a 1 here. Okay, that is an option. Another option is, of course, to switch all the z's and the x's around. You could do that. Just remember that when you solve, you'll be finding x first and not z first when you do your actual solving. Don't forget your columns will be switched. And of course, the third way to do it is just to divide. Divide this by 3 to make this into a 1. Okay, and that's actually the way we're going to do it here. Are we going to get some fractions? Sure we are. But it's okay to work with fractions. So what we're going to do is we're going to take R1 and we're going to divide it by 3, and this is going to make us a new R1. Okay? So we take R1 and we're going to divide it by 3 and make it into a new R1. So 3 divided by 3 is 3 divided by 3 is not 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. Then we're going to have negative 5 thirds, 1 third, and negative 2. The others are just copied down. Four, negative 7, negative 4, negative 35. The tablet's not agreeing with me very well here today. So now the next thing we're going to do, okay, is now that we got our 1 row, this one's done. So this one's set. Now we need, so now I can actually kind of cross this one out. This one's done. Now the next thing we're going to do is make this one into a 0. Okay? How do we do that? Well, you use your 1 row. We're going to use elimination. What times 1 will add to negative 2 to make 0? Well, if you take 2 times 1, that's 2. 2 plus negative 2 is 0. So we're going to take row 1 times 2, and we're going to add it to row 2. I'm going to write that over here. So we're going to take 2 times row 1. We're going to add it to row 2, and this is going to give us a new row 2. Okay? So we're going to take 2 times row 1. So 2 times 1 is 2. Then we have negative 10 thirds, 2 thirds, and negative 4. And then this one's just copied down. This is row 2. Negative 2, 3, 6, and 37. Okay? We add these up, we get 0. Negative 10 thirds plus 3 is negative 1 third. 2 thirds plus 6 is 20 thirds. Negative 4 plus 37 is 33, and that's our new row 2. Okay, now for row 3, we need to, so that means, go up here, now we have that one done. Okay, so then we're going to do this one. We're going to make this 4 into a 0. Okay, well, how we do that is we're going to take the first row, times negative 4 and add it to this row, because negative 4 times 1 is negative 4 plus 4 is 0. So we're going to take negative 4 times row 1. We're going to add that to row 4, and that's going to be a new row 4. Okay? All right, negative 4 times row 1. So negative 4 times all of these. So we're going to have negative 4. Negative 4 times negative 5 thirds is 20 thirds. Negative 4 thirds. And 8. And then we copy row 3 down. 4, negative 7, negative 4, and negative 35. Oosh. My 4s aren't going in. Okay, negative 4, negative 4, negative 7, negative 4, negative 35. Okay, then we add these two up. Negative 4 plus 4 is 0. 20 thirds minus 7 is negative 1 third. Negative 4 thirds minus 4 is negative 16 thirds. And 8 minus 35 is negative 27. The handwriting's terrible, but I'm having trouble with the tablet here. So anyway, this gives us our new matrix. Our new matrix is, we copy our first row down, 1, negative 5 thirds, 1 third, negative 2. Our second row is this one right here, 0, negative 1 third, 20 thirds, and 33. Our third row is this one here, 0, negative 1 third, negative 16 thirds, and negative 27. Draw my line. And there's our first column is done. So this is done. The next thing we're going to do is make this one a 1. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to make this one right here a 1. Okay, how do we make negative 1 third into a 1? Okay, well, we're going to divide by negative 1 third, or in actuality what we're going to do is we're going to multiply row 2 by negative 3, because negative 3 times negative 1 third, actually we're looking at this one right here, negative 3 times negative 1 third will give us 1. Okay. So what we have here is we have 1, negative 5 thirds, 1 third, negative 2. Now let's multiply all of row 2 by negative 3. 0 times negative 3 is 0. Negative 1 third times negative 3 is 1. Negative 20 thirds times negative 3 is negative 20. And then 33 times negative 3 is negative 99. And then the last one is copy down. And there we have that. Okay. Now, so that means this one's done. So now we're going to go and do this one. And then, so we need to make this into a 0. So in order to make that into a 0, we're going to take 1/3 times row 2, and we're going to add this to row 3 to make a new row 3. So 1/3 times row 2, because that'd be 1/3 times 1 is a third, plus negative third is 0. So we're going to take 0. 1/3 times 1 is 1/3. 1/3 times negative 20 is negative 20/3. Okay, and 1/3 times negative 99 is negative 33. Copy row 3 down. It's negative 16/3 and negative 27. And then we're going to add these two up. 0 plus 0 is 0. 1/3 plus negative 1/3 is 0. Negative 20/3 minus 16/3 is actually negative 12, because that's negative 36/3, which is negative 12. Negative 33 minus 27 is negative 60. Okay, and there's that. So now we have 1 negative 5/3, 1/3, negative 2, 0, 1, negative 20, negative 99, 0, negative 1/3. Oops, that's not right. We're using this one now. 0, we're using this one. 0, negative 12, negative 60. Put my line in, if I can draw a line with this. Okay, and that knocks out this guy. So all we have left is just to make this here a 1, and then we are at least done with this part of it. Okay, so how do we make negative 12 a 1? Well, we're going to divide row 3 by negative 12. So that gives us 1 negative 5/3, 1/3, negative 2, 0, 1, negative 20, negative 99, 0, 0. Negative 12 divided by negative 12 is 1. Negative 60 divided by negative 12 is 5. I'm laying down here. And there we have it. Row echelon form. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to solve. Okay. Well, we know that from 0, 0, 1, 5, this is z. No x's, no y's, 1z is 5. So this means that z is equal to 5, and that one is done. Okay, now this line here means no x's, 1y, negative 20z, so that's negative 20 times 5, because that's what z is equal to negative 99. And then we solve this. This means y minus 100 is equal to negative 99. We add 100. And y is equal, negative 99 plus 100 is 1. So y is 1. Okay. We also know that 1x minus 5/3 y plus 1/3, I'm looking at this right here. I'm looking at this line right here. 1x minus 5/3 y plus 1/3 z equals negative 2. Okay. So it looks like all of my missing marks end up on this page. I gotta fix that somehow. Anyway, so 1x, this is our first row, minus 5/3 y, but y is 1, plus 1/3 z, but z is 5, is equal to negative 2. So this is x minus 5/3, 5/3 times 1, plus 1/3 times 5 is 5/3, is equal to negative 2. Look what happens. These cancel. So x is equal to negative 2. So our coordinate point is negative 2, 1, 5. So even though the problem had fractions in it, our solution was just negative 2, 1, and 5. Okay? I hope you can read my handwriting. It's been a little bit difficult, but this is an example of row echelon. Now, if you want to do reduced row echelon, if you go back to here, if you want reduced row echelon for extra credit, you would have to multiply row 2 by 5/3 and add to row 1 next to get rid of the negative 5/3 to make that 0. Okay, and then once that's done, then this changes. Then you're going to take, well, this is going to change, and then you're going to take the row 3 times whatever number is the opposite of this one to cancel this number out, and then you're going to take row 3 times 20 actually to cancel this 0 out. Okay, that would be the extra steps to do if you wanted to do reduced row echelon form, but you do not have to. Okay, thank you very much.